going to attempt to do assimilate 10 flips of a coin. Here we have exactly 5 heads and 5 tails. Now what happens if we increase it to 20 flips? Now we have 9 heads and 11 tails, which gives us a 45 and 55%. So we're going to see what happens when we keep on adding new values. In other words, when we keep on increasing the number of flips. So let's see what happens when we increase it to 50 flips. Okay, now we got it to about 52 and 48%. No, that's not too bad. We're going to increase it here shortly into 100 flips. Now, as you notice that we are looking at the difference between the number of heads and tails. And now let's go ahead and flip it to 500 flips. With this, it's showing each one of the trials, but it's so compact, I'm having to expand it out so that we can see each one of them. I know up in the title it is showing that it doesn't look like they're very close together as far as percentage, but they really are. Now, if you'll notice, we've got some times where the heads are more than the tails, but it does eventually even out. 500 flips is still not a whole lot of flips, but as you can see, that eventually we are getting closer and closer to 50%. Now let's see what happens when we make it 1,000 flips. So we made 1,000 flips, and we've now got it as 50-50. Now, if you'll notice up here, it says heads 502 and tails is 496. That just means that it is checking, when you divide by the total, it's going to be close to 50-50. All right, so we're just simulating some of the different flips here. There's 500. There's 500 again. Well, now we're in 1,000. Here's 1,000. Now we've moved up to 5,000. So we're just going to play around with 5,000. We're at 49 and 51. Back to 10 flips. There's 10 flips again. See, we're noticing that there's a wide variance with the smaller numbers. Okay, so we're noticing that 48 and 52 as we get it to 50, 50 at 100. If we press it again, it becomes 56 and 44. All right, what about 500? Now we're at 48 and 52, 52 and 48. We're now at the 49-51. We're not getting like 5 and 10% differences there. We're getting like 2 and 3% differences. So when we bring it up to 1,000 flips, we're looking at 52-48. We're within a 3 to 4%. Okay, now we've increased it to 5,000 flips. And if I change the 5,000 flips and keep on changing the 5,000 flips, you'll notice that this stays at 50-50, even though these numbers are have a slight difference, like 2,534 and 2,476. It's still considered within being 50-50. So you notice that my percentage is not changing.